Where would you want to go in that makeup? If you didn't have to go out as Colin Farrell, you could stay in the Oz makeup. Where would you want to go? What would you want to do? You could be totally anonymous.
Give a shit. I can't remember what the. I don't fucking know. Yeah, sauna and see how long it takes for me to melt, like the dude in RoboCop.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that for now.
I'm wrestling with this, Colin. I'm watching the show, and I find myself empathizing for Oz, but he's a fucking lunatic.
Yeah.
Is this a reflection on me?
Yes.
Like, what is wrong with me, Colin?
Got a big heart, and you're full of forgiveness.
Okay, all right. So that's
Nothing wrong with you. That's all that's right with you. But no, it's like he's a human being, and his ugliness, which is prominent throughout the show, and particularly by the end. I mean, he's black as night by the end.
Right.
His heart is just, but none of his behaviors are justified. But I think they're contextualized. You're given an understanding of why he is the way he is. And it's been quite a painful life for him. And he was born with a certain physical impairment, and he's been bullied all his life, and he's been ostracized from communal activities, and he's not felt the love from his mother that he wished he had, even though the love was there. He couldn't really feel it. He didn't think it was there. He thought he's weaker than his two brothers. He's always in the shadows. So it's been a tough upbringing. Again, none of it to justify, but you're given an explanation, and you see a kid in pain and in sorrow and in sadness. And sometimes you see that kid through the grown-up Oz. Like, there are scenes where he's like a bit of a kid, particularly in episode 8, that one scene at the start with his mom, he's lost. And so I don't think you're a bad person. I think you're dead right and full of sympathy. And that's a good way to be, because the world needs more of it.
Okay, that's fair. I'll put that on my reel.
But at the end of it, you didn't. At the end of the...
He's bad. Yeah. I don't want anything to do with him. Was Colin good in the makeup chair? Did he complain? Did he act like a star?
Every day complain. No,
Nice.
Not really.
Actually, be known.
He's the best. And that's not...
I mean, you're just saying that because he's sitting right there.
No,
only because I'm sitting
Not
on his
true.
left. If I was sitting on his right, which is his honest side.
It's very rare. It's very rare to have
No, it's a
someone
joy,
that
though.
patient to sit there, endure this whole process, which is a very big
Yeah, I mean, it was 3
process.
hours every day, but I saw it as a joy, like, honest to God.
For sure.
Like, I was way happier at the end of 3. I would just get a little bit antsy in the last 20 minutes.
That's okay.
Just a little bit antsy.
And we would,
but we'd play music.
Walk
and...
out on us, we'd be like,
until
the second that he walked
I
out
turn around at the door and they go, oh, wait a second, come back for 1 second, and just a little touch. And, But we played music and we chatted, and it was time for me to get into the script as well and look at the day's work ahead. It was kind of beautiful. And we had donuts and pizza, and I was hanging out with all the misfits. Felt like the circus was back in town, man.
Dumbo reference. Final question for you guys is, the character of the Penguin was introduced in 1941. It's 83 years later. Why are we still talking about him? Why? It doesn't happen. Why? 83 years later.
It's a captivating character. I think there's so much people can relate to, as far as like trying to steal from the rich and, become rich and, all of that kind of thing where...
Yeah, it's dangerously aspirational.
Yeah. And I think there's some kind of human, touch to what he wants. He's got a physical appearance that is not so pleasant. And I think his personality shines from that. He becomes a charming character. I think we're fascinated by it. That's why someone might be fascinated with the mob characters. Why do people like those people? Because they're like a little bit Robin Hood-like. They want to steal from these people, and they take it and give it in a certain kind of sense like that,
You feel the same?
I feel the exact same. And I also feel that he's all the Rose Gallery and Batman himself, they're all outsiders as well. They're outside of some experience. Like, Bruce Wayne has everything in the world that people would think you need to be happy, but he's seen his parents taken before his very eyes, and he doesn't feel like he fits in anywhere. He doesn't feel like he fits in. He belongs more in the gutter, with the criminals than he does in a very particular capacity, of course, not on their side against them. But I think Penguin, certainly Danny's Penguin, not so much Burgess Meredith. It was a different time, and tonally, I grew up, I loved it, Batman 66. But Danny's Penguin was very much riddled with paranoia and a desire to be part of, the the community, and when he was, you could see him coming to life, Danny, and not believing that he was being adored by people, and it went south fast. Oz needs that as well. And I think there's something, I think we all, in greater and lesser degrees at various times in life, we feel outside of a certain experience, whatever it may be, that we want to be part of, whether it's a lover wanting to be with someone, whether it's in school, whether it's in the workplace, or a dream that's offered up by a commercial. We all feel like there's something outside of us that we'd like to belong to for a minute. And I think there's that way as well, but just in a very kind of fun package.